What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Popular rapper NBA Youngboy has recently been released from prison, and he has a very interesting story. Born and raised in Baton Rouge, Mr. Kentrell Gaulden, also known as NBA Youngboy, has many children, 7 at age 22. So I want you to listen to that. He has 7 children. I am 40, I have none. At 22, he has 7. His 2 younger brothers are in prison for murder. Okay? His father was sentenced to 55 years in prison. He dropped out in the 9th grade and was arrested for robbery. Okay? So these are the problems that he has been through, and he has been put in prison again and was released. And a lot of that comes from, I believe, the upbringing due to his mother, partly, Shahonda Gaulden. Now, any of us who have seen her online on Instagram, we've seen how she acts, and she, unfortunately, she's a caricature of what the negative stereotype of a single mother is in our community. Okay, she's a negative stereotype. She curses a lot. You can tell that she doesn't have her life together, and you can tell that if you had a child, you would not want your child to be raised by her. I'm not being mean, I'm just calling it like it is. Recently on Instagram, she posted this screenshot here, which is basically, stop blaming mama for their son's actions, okay? This is what she's saying. Y'all need to stop blaming mama for their son's actions. And again, I want to say this because whenever you see in the black community amongst young black men, when the son overcomes adversity, let's say, for example, many of you black men have seen this. Mama couldn't even have been there or been in his life. Like London on the Track, the mama wasn't really there. But now, once the son makes a lot of money, the son is successful, the son is doing well, here's the mom taking full credit for what that young man has done. We've seen it over and over and over again in the black community. If the black young man does something, she gonna take credit for it. But now if that young man becomes a Crip, if that young man becomes a Blood or a Vice Lord in Chicago, and that guy becomes a killer, all of a sudden she wants to remove herself for the fact that she raised him and put him in the environment that he turned out to be what he is, right? That was the argument with, I forgot the lady's name. I did a video about her, FBG Duck's mom, okay? When FBG Duck's son, when FBG Duck's killers got caught, many people, including Hassan Campbell, Tommy Sotomayor, they came after her about her influence or lack of influence on the young man's life. All right? And his brother, who was also killed. What people wanted to do was to separate her from that situation. She certainly did. I had previously talked about it before, and people came after me. So I left it alone on that case. I'm just saying this is the same thing. And what NBA Youngboy's mama is saying, hey, you got to stop blaming us for how they turn out. Let me say this, because I want to put it in context. Let's say if NBA Youngboy grew up around his father. NBA Youngboy has 22 kids by 7 different people. Okay? By age 22. He's in and out of jail. His little brothers are in jail for murder. Okay? Who will they blame then? If the father says, well, you know what? You can't blame me for how he turned out. Nobody wants to hear it then. Nobody wants to hear it. Because at that point, it's no, you're a man. Why did he turn out like this? It was your fault. But now, in the case, if the mother has that and the child doesn't become successful and the child is a menace to society, or the child is doing whatever he's doing, then the mother wants to separate herself from the bad child does. Although the other children in the family have some form of evidence of doing the same thing. It's not like NBA Youngboy in this case. He's the only person that did. I can see, like there was a pastor that I knew. He had 7 sons. One of the sons was called King Charles. And many of you guys know him I'm talking about if you're from Sacramento area. This is many years ago in the 70s, it was before my time, but I heard about him. And King Charles got killed out in front of a KFC in the 70s because he was a bank robber. None of the other kids turned out like him, just him. Now, if that's the case, I can see it. Fine. But now, in the case of NBA Youngboy, where he has his brothers are in jail, he's in and out of jail, the father, which I would blame him also, then we can honestly say that there's a history of other family members going down this road. Both the brothers are in prison for murder. NBA Youngboy went to prison. So how can you not separate them from you? And that's what happens in Black America. Black women and black mothers, if something is going right, they can take credit for it. But in the case of something goes wrong, they have the ability to absolve themselves from the problem. Oh, my son turned out whatever, I did the best I could for him, it's whatever. But if he goes to medical school, goes to Harvard, first round draft pick, okay, mama did all this and did all that. And the thing I want to talk about this is, listen, in the black community, in Black America, we cannot, and I said this before, I'm going to say it again, we cannot go anywhere as a group of people if we continue to have folks who don't want to take accountability for how the community turns out. Many of you people as women, you come for me, you come for the black manosphere because you say that we hate women or we have a problem with black women. No, what we're asking for is the same equality and responsibility that you put on black men. We want you to wear that same responsibility that we are. The same responsibility. All right? There lies the problem. When that responsibility is there, y'all don't want to talk about it. Where's the problem? Where's the issue? Okay? If we have to be responsible, so do you. Okay? So do you. If you can't be held accountable for anything, okay, then fine. Then it's only going to be black men's fault when things happen, not yours. Son turns out to be this. Do you do well? Well, I didn't do it. Okay, cool. I just want to live nowhere by y'all. That's fine. And this is where the problem lies. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Joint. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.